Hello there, welcome to DMT Highway. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Have a nice trip.
An unseen force may have tried to lure me off the road to my death by altering reality. Title sounds ridiculous, but hear me out. This happened a few years ago. I was driving through East Pennsylvania, and I'm giving this girl I had just met at a friend's house that night a ride back to her place. Now, getting to her house involves going down a one-lane road that I had driven on at least 100 times prior to this. At one section, the road meanders around a ridge by making a big right turn, then it does a sharp turn left after a couple hundred yards, and then right again where these two logs laying on the side of the road make a kind of X shape on the ground. Very distinctive landmark, at least for me. This is the way this road has always been. So there we are, trying to find topics to talk about to keep the car ride from becoming awkward since we hardly know each other. We take a right turn, round the bend, then a sharp left turn, and then there's a left turn up ahead. Immediately my body goes into fight or flight mode. I remember thinking, this isn't right. I know there's a right turn here. This is not what is supposed to be here. We both fell dead silent and just looked ahead in confusion. The road about 100 yards in front of me just turned left and disappeared off into the woods. To the right there was nothing, just the side of a hill and some trees. It looked completely natural, not like a mirage or anything, yet it felt so strange and almost intentionally deceptive. None of this made sense. I knew these roads. As we approached the turn, I decided that I'm not going down that road. Something bad was down that road, so I just made the irrational decision to turn right instead and hope for the best. The girl in the car put her hands on the dashboard to brace for impact. My eyes were still fixated down the left turning road as I started steering to my right, and then as my gaze shifted towards the direction I was now driving in, suddenly I could see the correct road in front of me again. Everything was back to normal. I looked in the rear view mirror and sure enough, the left-turning road was non-existent. My hands felt icy cold and I was physically shaking. I pulled over to my right and just sat there in silence. We contemplated going back to investigate, but just looking at the road behind me gave me a sick feeling in my stomach. She felt it too. We decided to get the hell out of there, and that was that. I was very hesitant to go down that road again and avoided it the best I could after that. But a few weeks or months later I decided to go back in the daytime and check it out. I pulled over at the right turn spot, got out of my car and walked around the area. This is the part that really freaks me out. I quickly found out that on the left side of the road, obscured by some thick underbrush, was a very steep, rocky cliff that dropped off maybe 200 to 250 feet into a ravine. The phantom road would have taken me directly through a clearing in between two trees that lead straight over the cliff. If I had chosen not to follow my gut and drove down that road, there's a very good chance that we would have been seriously injured or killed. Apparently several people have crashed in that area by driving down into the ravine. Might just be coincidence, but who knows. I don't know what to make of this event. If I were alone I'd be more willing to write it off as a hallucination or trick of the eye, but I wasn't alone. She saw the same thing I did. I wasn't intoxicated, although my passenger was a bit buzzed if I remember correctly. I've also never experienced anything out of the ordinary in my entire life other than this. Has anyone heard of something similar before?